HCA Fellowship Scheme is a recognition scheme within higher education which recognises excellence in higher education of learning and teaching. There's the UK PSF, so the United Kingdom Professional Standards Framework, which has different levels of fellowship which can be awarded from Associate Fellow to Senior Fellow and finally Principal Fellow.
I have the Senior Fellowship, and this is a national recognised qualification countrywide. I took the written route for fellowship, and that is because I predominantly prefer to get my thoughts down on paper and have time to interrogate what I'm going to talk about. I also found this route particularly helpful for me in relation to the case studies that I wrote about, because it allowed me time to reflect and think about the kind of areas of best practice that I was applying within my work here at the university.
We have two main routes for fellowship. We have a written route and we have a dialogic route. Each of the different routes, the dialogic and written routes, can reflect the academic's own teaching practice. For example, the dialogic route may reflect somebody who uses reflection quite a lot as part of their professional practice. Other members of academic staff may prefer the more traditional written route to fellowship.
So my current level of fellowship is fellow. I took the dialogic route to get my fellowship, and I took that route because I felt like it would be easier to express myself in a spoken format rather than written. And it also gives the opportunity that if there is anything that you have missed in your application, the panel can probe that from you.
There's a number of different routes that are open to academic staff. The requirements would be that somebody would be employed by the University of Sunderland to undertake the scheme and to be able to access it in terms of which route they preferred, whether that was a written route or a dialogic route. And within the CELT team there is a number of different support mechanisms to help staff move through their fellowship claim.
So I have Associate Fellowship of the Higher Education Academy. I took the dialogic route just because I felt that I felt more comfortable talking to my mentor and going through a conversation, going through the process through a conversational approach, which was fairly informal, but it was a formal meeting that I had with my mentor. I would definitely say go for it. It's a great way of consolidating your learning, your professional development, your knowledge and skills, and it really makes you think how much you've achieved in your roles, whether it's a support role or whether it's a senior role. I think it's a great way for everyone to be recognised by the Higher Education Academy.
The advice that I would give to anybody who's thinking about doing the fellowship or whatever kind of level of fellowship that you're looking to apply for is it's probably not as complicated as you think it might be. A lot of the information you'll already have because you're already doing that within your job role. So it's about kind of bringing together all of that information and then structuring it in a way that celebrates your work.
I think the main piece of advice I would say in terms of applications is make sure that when you've written your application it's very tailored towards the criteria. So go through your application at the end and make sure for every piece of criteria you've put something in there, given an example of how you've met that, so that the panel know when you get there that you've already met all of that criteria.
If you wanted to find out some more information about the fellowship scheme, staff can email the CELT team at celt@sunderland.ac.uk or within our CELT website. There is lots of additional information in terms of the different fellowship routes and example information within there.